Hey, everybody. Welcome to Open the Gates. I'm your host, Matt Burke. And this is a show where creators come on and talk about their crafts. And, we get a little glimpse into the gateway of their world. And today we're going to be having on Hojo. He's going to be talking about his book, The Mysticals. Or Mythicals. So if you guys give a warm welcome for Hojo. How's it going, man?
What's up, fellas?
Oh, man. Your book's already funded, man. First few hours, huh?
That's
How's
crazy,
that feel?
right? Like I was on Finantra this morning, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you funded. I'm gonna get you funded." I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta do something with my kids." And somebody did it. The community pulled together, and they're like, "Let's get this dude funded." And we're on to our way to the first stretch goal.
Oh, really? And what's that?
At 5K, it's gonna be a card that all the physical backers get.
Ooh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I love cards, man. They're just, fun to
Yeah,
collect.
and I thought at first,
Small.
I'm like, I didn't think people would like this, and I saw so many people, like a lot of people did like the Marvel stuff. I'm like, that, that's really cool, but I decided to do something a little different. I got some buddies, I met some cool people, like Eric Hodson did. He did 2 of the cards, and he did the stretch goal card. It's awesome.
That's dope, man. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with cards,
Yeah,
with like the
so
stats
like
on the back and
we turned it into like a kind of like a military dossier type deals. So it's pretty cool.
oh, that's cool, man. That sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so you got how was that when you found out that, you hit your goal, like what was that feeling like?
Well, like I told my wife like last night, like I launched on Bancroft. I think I got like 1,700, which is more than I expected. Like,
That's pretty solid.
it's pretty crazy. And I was just like, and like I like almost couldn't sleep. And I woke up at like 1:30 in the morning. And like I tiptoed downstairs and I went and looked at my phone. It was like 2,100. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? And like I got on a few, I got on a stream and the dude that was in the UK and like got a few sales in. I got up in the morning and like steadily through that. There's a lull for a while. And then I got like an extra $300, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm at now.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy just, seeing when you get the funding and that quick, that's a good start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, rule of thumb is, whatever you do in your first 24 hours, you can basically gauge you're going to probably triple that throughout the duration of your campaign, possibly.
Yeah.
Depending.
You got to keep grinding.
But it's a grind, and you got to play all the shows, and it's like touring the strip, the Sunset Strip.
And like I enjoy doing it though. Like the worst part I hate about it, like I'm away from my family and stuff, like but like it's just cool to come out and like kick it. And I don't want to come on and just like chill and just like blah blah blah. Like I want to talk to people. I just like it's just like all this is one big comic shop, and you're just talking to somebody, and you pop out and you hear somebody listen to some music you listen to. You're like, oh, what are you doing? Or what are you reading? It's just cool. I mean, I don't see it as like a burden or anything. I love it, but the drawback is being away from my family.
Oh, it always is, man.
So,
It's always those sacrifices sometimes you got to make, for your craft sometimes.
Yeah.
You've been reading anything new lately? Anything?
I haven't. I've just been too much into really writing. Like I have this and 2 other projects I'm spinning, like plates up in the air, and another one I got my first writing commission, so that's kind of cool. So I can't talk about it. Like I mean, he will get so pissed. So, but it's gonna be all I can say is like this is like you can put the Mythicals as like a horror comedy, right?
Right.
Kind of. This has got that Buffy like aesthetic, but what I'm talking about, like what I got commissioned to do, is like a straight up like it's almost a giant shit post. Like it's funny. It's like Mad Magazine. Like I get to be like,
oh, okay.
This,
okay.
This isn't H. Wayne Desper, drawing this is Hojo. So like I could just get in there. I'm having a blast. I already have the whole thing outlined, but once this campaign's over, I'm gonna dive into that, and it's hilarious.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah,
that's cool. You got your first commission, man. I'm actually working on one too right now. It's pretty fun. I'm doing my first it's kind of like a concept art piece. I think it's the first one I've done concept art. Usually it's just been like characters and stuff, but yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Some a little different. Can't wait to show that off. Hopefully one day. I haven't talked to the guy if that's cool or not. Try to keep the respect like you're doing.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah, because like the guy, like I had some fan art done. He was like, "Here it is. I don't know if you want to share it or not." I was like, "You out of your mind? Of course I'm gonna share it. As a matter of fact, it's going in the book." So, like, I mean, it was great. It's like oh man, it's awesome.
That's sweet, man. You've been which have you heard any new albums lately? You've been listening to?
No, I just listen to Pandora normally. I've been getting into like on Pandora, I'll listen to like Black Sabbath radio or something, or like Motorhead. I've been listening to a lot of Motorhead lately, but like this band like UFO, like UFO, right?
No,
Like,
never heard.
Oh my god, and like Diamond Head, they're like big influences on Metallica.
Oh, I've heard of Diamond Head, but
So, yeah, like "Am I Evil?" Like that's the big Diamond Head song, but like I mean, it's just like the riffs are just so harsh, man.
I saw your post on the Black album. I think it was like a few weeks back, and I think it was my friend.
Controversial post. Did you see some of that? People were like, "I don't give a fuck. This album was shit."
Yeah, a lot of people's butt leaks. But the song was "My Friend of Misery."
Oh,
right?
I love that song.
So I like that song too, and that was one of my favorites on there. And I sent a link, so if you go back and check it out later, there's this band called Dark Tranquillity, one of my favorites. They're a Swedish melodic death metal. They have a lot of like Swedish like folk in their guitar melodies and shit. But they do that. They cover that song. It's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, I must have missed that.
That's I put a link in there. It's from the album The Gallery. The Gallery is fucking old school from like 93 or some shit. They're still around though. Right. They got like 15 albums and shit.
All right. Yeah. I mean, and see, like I'm interested in hearing covers and stuff, but I have like a really high bar when it comes to covers. Like I'm a big Hendrix fan, and I get really leery if I hear like a Hendrix cover or something. Like some of them, I'm just like, some songs and some people should. I just don't. I can't handle the cover song.
Oh yeah, no, I hear you.
Like Tool did a good "No Quarter" from Led Zeppelin. That's amazing.
I've heard a Perfect Circle cover Ozzy and The Cure. It was Diary of the Madman, and I forgot what song. I Will Always Love You. Well, they did it was a live recording that we got off like Kazam or Napster back in the day, and they merged the two songs together live.
Yeah,
it's pretty good though. So he's singing, Diary of a Madman, and the other
like A Perfect Circle. There's like a good, I think a 8-month period of my life where I listened to that first album. Just like fucking hard. I was into this chick, and like, well, it was a pretty bad time, but like that music, I was just like, every time I hear it, I'm just like, oh, I could take it right back to 2000 and like late 2000.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
So, I have your campaign up, man. I was wondering maybe if we could go over it a little bit.
Yeah, man, sure.
Okay, if you want me to share it.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Okay. How you feeling right now? You feeling pretty pumped up?
Pretty good. Yeah. It's been a pretty crazy almost 24 hours. I'm gonna shut down the secret tier at the end of this broadcast.
Ooh, nice. It's like kind of like a high, man. You can really feel like the endorphins kick off, when it's a different thing,
Like I didn't think like I'd even broken 2,000 by now.
Yeah, you're almost at 3. It's crazy.
I wanted to get to like 3 by like 9:00, but I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. It's cool if we play your trailer.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Dope. Here we go.
In a world where creatures of myth and legend exist, a covert task force is charged with keeping humanity safe from supernatural threats. And when young Nancy Moon stumbles into the eternal battle between good and evil, she finds... Oh my God, will you shut up? What's happening? Agent Beckett here. Aren't you tired of stuff like that? Want something different? Roll the tape. Whoops. Sorry about that. That's a song I'm writing for my ex. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Alrighty. Welcome to the world of the Mythicals. We have it all. Monsters, magic, government agents. He's a strong silent type. This guy, ugh, gross, dude. Get some kind of cream or something. Lots of 90s style action. Pew, pew, pew. And that strong female lead alluded to earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention a dashing field commander with a great sense of fashion. Look at those glasses. South River Studios presents The Mythicals Issue 1. Buy it if you dare. Oh, will you can it already? How'd you get free? Now beat it before I lose my cool.
So what are you waiting for? Back it today. Like right now.
Back the Mythicals today.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I remember you were like talking with me, I think backstage, or might even been on the last show we did for the sign up.
Yeah.
I was envisioning that in my head, and it came together awesome, dude. I really like that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, when I saw the final product, I was like, wow, that's almost better than what I imagined.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And it was something different too. You know, you did something a little
I
different
had
than
to.
anybody.
Like all of this is kind of different. Like
Yeah.
price point, everything.
Yeah, man. That's if you want, maybe for some people like that didn't watch the last show, maybe you could go into like basically what the Mythicals is about, if that's cool. A little synopsis.
I guess as I mean, like pitch wise, it's like I mean, you could say it's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Wildcats, the little X-Files sprinkled in.
Nice.
So it's like a supernatural action mystery, like that surrounds a government task force comprised of creatures from myth and legend.
That's awesome, man. I remember
somebody last night said it's like Dresden Files. I'm like, oh, I never even thought about that. I watched a few episodes and I read one of the books, but I never made the comparison. But I guess you could say almost like, and I said it's like Pirates of Dark Water because eventually they're on the race to get like these artifacts.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me a little bit like of X-Files and maybe like a little bit of Hellboy or BPRD.
Yeah. Everybody says BPRD, but like I never read it or anything. I just saw the movies and like you know, I never really thought twice about it.
I read a couple of the books. They're okay.
Yeah.
But Hellboy is fucking phenomenal. I
love both of the like the Guillermo del Toro movies. It's just, I mean, regardless of how Ron Perlman has lost his mind.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, he's great in those movies. And a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
I love this drawing right here, man. This is thinking this is the main antagonist, huh?
Yeah,
Possibly.
I have that original art. It's on the like the pencils.
Sweet, man.
It's on the campaign.
That's cool. I like the characters too. On the last show, I was saying I like the vampire guy. I forgot what his name. I believe he's like I don't want to spoil who he is, but I think I remember who he is. His origin. Yeah. That's really cool. Love the artwork, man. It's got that 90s feel to it.
Yeah, especially that panel with the guy leaving.
Yeah, man. So cool. I love the double like boot to the face.
Yeah. In the end, like it didn't phase him. He's like, "Oh damn." Well, damn.
How about this? Well, damn. You got the Peter Gilmore cover. Love that cover, man.
Like the grayscale, like, oh, it's beautiful. Like I have a version of like with no red, no anything. It's just all grayscale, no logos, no anything. I might do something with that later.
That's cool. That'd be like a cool poster, even.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like a Iron Maiden cover,
right?
Yeah,
totally, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like that one in the middle there. That's the vampire there. That's like
Julian.
a metal card.
Oh yeah. He's definitely my favorite. Him and Luke or Lucas.
Yeah. And they have like a fun dynamic too. Those two especially.
Can you maybe go into some of like the three of these guys, maybe like some of the team's powers if possible?
Well, like you only meet him for a brief second because like I had to split. It's like 24 pages. I can't do everything in
Right.
24 pages. So, like basically the first two. Think of the first two issues as like a double hour pilot.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna meet everybody by the end of issue 2. So, like, but you can already tell like they get in a scrap and he's just like, ugh, I fucking humans, I have to save this dude's ass. So what? But yeah, but he's always like cracking jokes on Julian, but he doesn't get it because he's so old. He's like thousands of years. He was like around when Vesuvius erupted. He's from that area.
Old Roman, it looks like, huh?
Yeah,
that's cool.
And like all these have like biographical data on the other side and like a cool layout and like almost like a power set and like it's almost like a military dossier.
That's cool,
and
man.
The other one's like Daniel Montclair. He's British, and so he's kind of like the punk rocker look, and he's like a techno mage. So he does like he's like their Q. He has like all their magical gadgets. He does all the like autopsies and stuff like that. He's like the medical examiner. He's got all those degrees.
So that's cool, man.
Yeah.
And Lucas, he's just like the badass
he's human.
leader.
Yeah, he's human, right? Though. He's like the only lead, the first human leader of this strike force. He's that badass. That's like dope. He was like the lone survivor of like a attack overseas. It's all on the back of the card.
That's awesome, dude. And you got some merchandise right here. Merchandise.
Yeah. I knew somebody would get it, man. It's hilarious.
Hook. May the Schwartz be with you. No.
Yeah.
That's cool. You get the beer
like
holder,
a magnet, like a beer koozie, and a patch.
That's cool, dude. This is the box art right there, huh?
Yeah,
pretty epic.
And like I sold the Dean James art already without even showing anybody.
That's sweet.
I told him like it was like men at work because he's Australian, and he didn't get it done in time. And I put up his avatar as like the art picture. Somebody bought it, so it worked.
Right. Yeah, man. And then you got the power.
That's updated too, because like all the inks are done now.
Ooh.
And I think there's only like 2 pages left to color.
That's awesome, dude. You did all your grinding, man, before you launched. What's that, like 75-85% of the book's done already?
Yeah, I mean lettering. It takes 2 weeks.
I mean, I think you got to, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's
when people used to push back, like it's not a storefront. I'm like, well, it kind of is now.
Yeah. I think it's like there's like a thin line we should always cross. Like it's good to walk. I think it's good to like not have it all the way done.
And like yeah, but people can afford. That's like a beer. Like you can afford another $5. You can afford your $13. You can afford another $2. I'm like, yeah, but not a lot of other people can. And that's going to make people say, hey, man, this is only $13.
Yeah.
And then tell their friends, and then they tell their friends, and it gets out there.
That's cool, though, man. You got most of the book done,
Yeah, this is going to, like, I'm going to take it another 30 days after this and possibly go into demand. After that, dude, I can just wait on it. All I need is a number, and I can be like, with the printer, be like, this is it.
Right.
It's already, it's like basically when the campaign is closed, that's your print on demand.
I think that's the way to do it, though, man, is to have like 75-90% of the book done before you launch. And
then after this, they're going to do what? If I make like maybe say $500, $1,000 off this campaign at a minimum, like after everything, if that's my profit, I can just do that and pay a dude I know to make a website and just sell my books Evergreen, sell all this merch Evergreen.
Yeah, you could do that.
That's the next logical step after all of this. Like everybody did it. Mandy did it. Shane did it. Bancroft did it. You can get the Shopify account. It's easy. And I know a dude who knows a dude, and I'm in a good group of people who just can do all of this.
Yeah.
And then after that, that's the next step. And then you go crowdfund out here, and then you put it on your store. and then it's always out there. And you keep showing it everybody. You go to comic shops, you go to conventions, you keep going, you build a mailing list.
Yep.
The
That's
formula's
it, man.
there. People just don't want to put in the work. You don't put in the work, you don't reap the rewards.
Yeah, you got to put in that work, man. Get that book ready, you know. Well, shoot, you want to go over some of the tiers?
Yeah, sure.
We got the Ultra Mega Super Pack.
Yeah, that's everything.
It's the digital PDF, 6 a.m. Chibi sticker, metal card, glow in the dark bookmark, SRS Virkuzi. You get the level M patch, doll, and Gilmore covers, 2 trading cards, and SRS magnet. That's pretty cool, man. Lots of goodies in there.
How can you resist that?
Right? And then for people that, you know, maybe just want to get the digital, you got that there. You know, a couple people picked that up, $8.
Yeah. And I kind of put that in there for the overseas people who are just like, I can't, man. The overseas shipping costs, it's just too much.
Yeah, it's just too much, dude. And especially if they just want some entertainment, you know what I mean?
Although, like, I've sold that big box.
Mm.
I've sold that Korea, Germany, Sweden,
Nice.
Australia. I've sold it to all those people, man. It's gonna catch fire, man. You just cannot.
It's worth it too for them. Like if they're gonna buy something big, then they might as well, if they're gonna spend the shipping on it, might as well buy something like that. You know, probably it's better to do that or do the digital.
Like if you get the two, if you get both of them, the 2 covers, it's what, like $11 a cover.
Yeah, these covers are dope. Like
I love. I can't remember. Like I set out the secret link. If you got the secret link, which I'm gonna close down at the end of the stream, you could have got $12 for either cover and a free chippy sticker. $20 total.
Nice.
Shipping that in the continental United States. That's what you got.
That's a great deal.
I mean, how can you not?
Right. And then you got the Booty Juice edition right there for $13. And it comes with the 6 a.m. chibi sticker. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, every physical cover gets a free sticker because who wants to pay extra for a goddamn sticker?
Right. And then you got the non.
Because they're not that. I mean, like Sticker Mule, and there's another one that even undercuts them. That's how this works. That's how this works. That's how you break the code. Somebody has to go out there and have the balls and just like, you know what? It's $1, $2 cheaper than all of this. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Plus you're getting fan art. You're getting fan art with it. It's not just 24 pages of story. You're going to see a lot of people, and a lot of people now, there's only going to be maybe 4 to maybe 8 slots. I don't know. It depends on how many come at it, you know? Like you want to be in this and like you want to make your name known or whatever. Like I'm unknown. Like come on here. Like I already have 1 or 2 that are locks to go in there.
That's sweet, man. You get some dope fan art, huh?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Can't wait to see that. And this is the non-blacker edition, 13.
Yeah, that's my Spinal Tap reference.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one. The Peter Gilmore picture or cover.
Yeah, it's great.
And you get the best of both worlds. You know, you get the Booty Juice and the Gilmore cover.
Right there, you get both of them for. I mean, come on.
Now's your chance. Concept art. That's pretty dope. $75. Own a piece of history of the creation. Let me go back a bit.
That's like for the horror crowd there.
Oh yeah. And then you got the original pencils right there of the main baddie. You know, that's probably going to go pretty soon too. It's only been almost a day, and you know that's a really good price right there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sick. Yeah. It's a great deal, man. Digital tiers. Okay, I think that's the last one. Sweet, man. This campaign's looking. You already went through that already, huh?
Yeah. I can't believe somebody bought it without even seeing it.
Yeah, man. People are really, really digging the story, man. I think you checked a lot of the boxes. You know, a lot of the characters are really cool. And just the story sounds awesome. And just you're coming at this paranormal like action team or tactical team genre.
People say like horror books don't sell. Like I mean, I beg to differ. They can.
Yeah, they could sell. You just gotta breathe some fresh life into them. You know what I mean?
So like at the end, like I try to treat it like, I mean, I don't almost like try to Twilight Zone it, but like I try to like do the JMS, like the Bible in 5 thing. Like I structured this whole thing. Like it's all planned out. It's all at the end of every issue, make you to go like, what? Like basically like when at the end of Game of Thrones, like when he chopped Jaime's hand off.
Yeah, yeah.
And like everybody's like, what?
You gotta
I try
have
to
that.
do that. I mean, you have to with the horror thing. You have, but to blend it with like, to take polytheism and blend it somehow with a backbone of polytheism. It's fun to do, like to be able to tell a linear storyline with all of this, and people just sit back. Like once you get issue like maybe down through like 10, 11. And look back on issue 1, you can be like, "Oh, I get it now."
Yeah, man, you got it all laid out too, you know, so people can, you know, take part in this right from the first issue.
Thank you, Odin. Thank you. My God,
yeah,
it's fucking nuts.
Hail Odin. I can't see the chat right now, but hail, brother.
Like me and my son got a mohawk today. We listened to Damage Case from Motorhead on the way home.
Oh, really?
Fucking, I mean, he headbanged the whole way home.
Yeah, man. I'm really digging this book. So you guys come check it out. Obviously, Hojo's got, you know, everything planned out. This book's like 90% done, ready to go. Yeah. It's already funded in less than 24 hours. And if you guys did sign up and you got the link, jump on it now because it's a discounted that you don't want to pass up. So.
Yeah, at the end of the stream, the discount tier goes away. Let me cue that up real quick, actually.
Hell yeah. Let me say what up to the chat real quick. What's up, Pops? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Apex?
What you doing, man?
J Dollar, did you back?
What's up, Jay? There's Odin. What up, Odin? Yeah. There you go. What's up, Phantasmagorical?
Fanta, thank you. I got an alert that you did something. I appreciate you.
That's cool, man. I think we were talking about X-Files last time you were on. I was telling you, like the writers from my town. He went to high school with my pops. I don't know if we were talking about that before.
Chris Carter?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And so I'm from Bellflower, California. In the first episode, they go to Bellfleur. That's in the first episode of the X-Files. I forgot what
things on the back of their neck?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's a weird town, though. We have, like, more churches than, like, any church, like, per, like, square mile than anywhere in the country.
Really?
So, like, you go on, every street has, like, 3 churches. So it's just you're walking around like, just a lot of, I don't know, it's an old town.
Right.
But I don't know if that has anything factor into his writing, but definitely it has a boulevard, you know, a main street downtown with the old school town feel to it, you know, like you see in the movies like Smallville and whatnot.
Right. I know he was a Dodgers fan. That's like why he named her Scully, because of Vin Scully.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Backer 57.
57?
That's what's up.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was like 47 last time I looked.
Now you got, see, it says 53 right there. And now you're at, wow, he's already it's at 54, but man, you're at 2867 right now, bro.
Well, we had a couple
up.
like, they refunded and then got something bigger.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Take your backer number away for that.
Yeah, I did that before with Ethan back in the day. I wanted to switch a cover and get like a PVC toy.
He streamed over us last night. But it's all good.
Oh, it's gonna happen, dude.
Yeah,
the network's so big.
Yeah,
you're gonna stream over people. You know what I mean?
Well, he is like trying to sell Cyberfrog stuff, so I get it.
Yeah.
Rick Plant. I've never read Cyberfrog at all, so it's on my list. I have a whole list, man. Like, I mean, dude, I've been working on this for a year. I just found out I was like, I never even heard of. Like, I think I heard of Cyberfrog like back in the late '90s or whatever.
I like the '90s stuff. Like it's pretty dope. Like a lot more than the new stuff's really dope too. It's two different genres though. But yeah,
right. Oh yeah,
100.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I like just like the sci-fi horror. Kind of gives off like I don't know. I just like sci-fi horror. Kind of like The Fly and fucking yeah, like a lot of the Cronenberg stuff. You know.
Yeah, I know a guy that's he's gonna do a cover for me. Like I had talked to him about maybe doing some like a side project or whatever, but he's too busy. But when you said The Fly, like Cronenberg, like he drew this thing that's like later when we get done with this, I'll send you his link or whatever. Like,
oh hell yeah,
you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But like this guy's awesome. He's like a Greg Capullo.
I love that. I love Capullo. He's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. It's nuts. But he was like, I'm definitely, because he like told me like a couple days ago, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna back, but he's like, I'll definitely do a cover for you, because I sent him like a little rudimentary description of the project we were gonna work on. He was like, yeah, you're brilliant. And but whatever, whatever, fluff. But it's like I got a lot of coals in the fire now because it's all opened up.
Yeah, no, like you're gonna keep moving, and the way you're doing it, you're putting your best foot forward. You've always have. Like even when I first started talking to you, I could tell that you're gonna go places with your crafts. Not only just your beer.
Like after like I have other, like between this, like I'm gonna crank out maybe 2, maybe 3 of the Mythicals until the 13 issue run is done, and then just intersperse all my other stuff. Like like I got a writing commission. I do have something else that's gonna come out with Luke Stone and Arrow Comics, like a public domain anthology where I did a Son of Tarzan story, but they're just waiting on the Fund My Comic to get off the ground. They had some coding issues, but good code takes time, man.
Oh hell yeah,
it's gonna challenge Indiegogo eventually.
They got some Dead World books I think they put out back in the day. I got to pick up. I have a laundry list of like books I want back from back in the day.
I have about like 17 projects right now that are on my list that I want to get to.
Yeah, man, I got a couple. As far as crowdfunding ones, yeah, there's probably like 10 books I want to get, and then there's a bunch of just old like Bernie Wrights and stuff I want, just like old things that I need, So, but yeah, man, it's
Fanta's right. You need some mods.
Oh yeah, I gotta start putting some mods in here.
It's all right though. She is really people are really starting to take notice of her videos.
Nice. So you been brewing up some beer or what lately?
Yeah, I actually have some going right now. It's a lager, like the first time I'm experimenting with another new recipe. So I never really made a lager. I've normally made pilsners, but this is different. It's been a week today. It took about 3.5 days to really start fermenting. I was starting to get a little worried, but because it like a lager ferments from the bottom versus an ale it's on the top, and it goes crazy. Sometimes like after 3-4 hours, I can see looks like snot all through it, and like the yeast has done gone crazy. And then like sometimes I have to hook up a tube because it's so violent. But this is just not, it's very slow and steady, and that's how you get that clean, crisp flavor. So brewing stuff. I was thinking about maybe, because like people have been subbing my YouTube channel just because of my trailer, but like I don't have any other content. But I was like, well, I don't have time to do like a live stream like what you're doing now. Bless you for being able to do stuff like this, but I don't have the time. I was gonna do like a brew day, like a time lapse, and at the end have a live stream of that, and people were like, "Oh yeah, that'd be cool," but maybe one day.
Yeah,
I could sit around and talk comics. And have to
schedule it out. Just gotta schedule it out,
Odin, by the way, I just had they haven't had it at my local brewery. Out of the way, this right here. This is my local brewery, Seven Arrows. We went there tonight, and they had this. It's like a black IPA that they haven't had for like 2 years.
Oh, really?
And I had it, and I like when I walked in there, because we used to live within like 2.5 miles, and now we're about like 7 miles. but we went there and got dinner before we got here, and I was like, I got on the menu. I was like, I gotta have that. And I had like, I'm not gonna lie, I had like 3 before I got here, and it's
for
so
sure.
good. Like you can close your eyes and it doesn't taste like you wouldn't think that that's a dark beer. The only place that I've ever met, normally I can tell that tastes like an IPA that just looks like it has like fucking squid ink or something. I don't know what like. He used to be. He's a microbiologist. He used to work for Coors.
Oh shit!
Like we have one of the Coors distilleries here, like maybe 30 miles from here.
Damn, that's pretty close.
On the East Coast. Yeah, on the East Coast. So it's pretty crazy. Like he used to work there, and like I won like Can you see like right there that medal?
I see.
It's like right there next to the Spider-Man.
A little bit. Yeah, my vision's kind of fucked up, dude. I been wearing glasses since I was 3 or 4.
It'll probably fall if I pick it up. But it's
I
like
see the Secret Wars Spider-Man thing in the dead center. I think maybe an old X-Men cover up there, and Shazam and Hulk and Spider-Man.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
but I mean, like, so I got second place for like a barrel aged stout. But
that's awesome.
But
yeah, I love the dark stuff, man. Those are my favorites.
Oh,
I need to start going back to the beer store. I've been drinking my Hood beer for like the past month, but
Hood beer, what's that?
Like Foster's.
Okay.
I like that Bancroft. This is sugar and piss. I need to go and this has fucking caramel coloring in it, but I like this more than the regular stuff. It's not even Australian. But yeah, I got to go back to where my different spots. I got a couple of them out here. That or I'll drink like a 40 of Mickey's.
Oh man, I used to drink a lot of Mickey's in the Army.
Yeah,
it's just a guy that was like, I had never heard of it. I was like, what is that? I like that shape. That's cool. He's like, it's Mickey's. I was like, who's Mickey? What's Mickey's? He's like, well, drink it. I was like, well, this is pretty tasty. And I started drinking that. And then like Dos Equis, I never heard of Dos Equis. Like I never really drank beer until I was, in the Army. A little bit, in high school. Unfortunately, it was like Busch Light.
Right.
Whenever you get Bud Ice or Ice House, terrible beer.
Oh, I remember Ice House. I used to fuck those up back in the day. Hood beer. I mean, I got thousands of liquor stores over here, like every corner.
Yeah.
But you'll go in there, and sometimes you'll find a hidden gem. Like, oh, what do you got there? Like because of the micro, revolution.
You got like Sierra Nevada down there and stuff, right?
Yeah, Torpedo used to be my favorite, like just my favorite, quick one. But then after a while, I started getting headaches from it and like allergic to it or something. So I had to stop drinking that one. But my favorites by Weinstefaner, the Vitus by Weinstefaner, or any of their beers. They're the oldest brewery in the world, from Germany. But their Vitus is bomb.
Yeah,
it's like a dark hef.
Yes.
Then there's this other one from Poland called Caper or Capper. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's got like a pirate ship on it. It's dark. And there's a couple of Ukrainian beers I really like that I've been drinking forever. So, yeah, man. But what do you think about the new news about the new Hellboy movie? You hear about that?
No.
Yeah, so the director, I don't know if you've watched.
I'll be right back. My kid's freaking out.
For sure.
I'll be right back.
So I don't know if you guys watching know about the new Hellboy movie coming out. It's based off of The Crooked Man, which is one of the big story arcs that Mike Mignola, I think, worked on with Richard Corbin, one of the last Richard Corbin works before he passed. And it's about the Appalachian witches and a leader of those witches. And they're going to streamline the budget, from my understanding, and they're going to take one more attempt at making a Hellboy reboot. And it's going to be directed by one of the Crank directors. I believe it's Brian Tyler, if I'm not mistaken. The Crank movies had 2 directors, the ones with Jason Statham. I recommend those movies. They're fun. And they also directed the second Ghost Rider movie, Spirit of Vengeance, which I thought was a really fun movie. But yeah, they're going to stream it. They're going to slim it down a little bit, and it's going to be written by Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy. He's actually writing the screenplay alongside Christopher Golden. Christopher Golden wrote a lot of novels of Hellboy with Mike Mignola in the past. They actually did a really good one I picked up called Bones of Giants. And that's one where Hellboy goes to Scandinavia and he picks up Mjolnir with the right hand of Doom. And the right hand of Doom is just he cannot unclinch Mjolnir from the right hand of Doom. So he's stuck with that hammer. I highly recommend Hellboy: Bones of Giants. If you guys haven't read it, it's a great novel. I was just talking about the Hellboy movie. It's going to take place.
They're making another one.
Yeah, it takes place in 1950s. It's going to be Hellboy taking on a coven of witches in Appalachia. So it's going to be like a whole new thing now. Like it's it's like Appalachian fantasy horror, But with this, it's just streamlined to Appalachian horror. And there was witches.
Lucas, the human guy, he's from the Appalachians.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
That's dope. And
who's going to play him? Are they going to keep with the guy from Stranger Things?
He's dope. I don't think so.
What did you think of that movie, though?
There was things that I liked about it. I liked that it was finally we're getting the Mignolaverse, but I think they jumped the gun. Because Hellboy is definitive.
They tried to introduce characters nobody knew.
Well, that's what I liked about it. But the thing is, they picked the last story in his whole universe. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they picked the end story, and that's something you'd want to save for the last movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, which was the I forgot the name of it, the Blood Queen, I think.
Yeah, because I read a little bit of it, but more it was like was a Lobster Johnson or something. I read BPRD, but not really Hellboy.
Yeah, I just saw a review of the story, and the concept of School as Hell. All the Hellboy films are top notch, and some of my favorite superhero films of all time. Yeah, I agree with that. And the new one's going to be, I guess
even like the second Hellboy. People like some of my friends at the comic shop when I was where I was stationed at, they didn't like it. I was like, it was fun.
I like all of them, dude. I
feel like the guy he was like in the bad guy in Blade 2. Like he's a good actor, man. That was a good
Luke Goss. Yeah, he's a pop singer from Britain.
Really?
Yeah, he was awesome in Blade 2 and in Hellboy 2.
I'm a Del Toro simp, I think.
Yeah,
like,
I was a pretty strong simp.
Like I didn't want to admit it probably till about like a couple years ago. Like he was going to make a Hulk show, and I was like, that's the only person I want to run it. And I'm like, why did you say that? Like, well, because you like everything you even suffered the subtitles in Pan's Labyrinth to watch that film because it was so beautiful.
Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth is awesome. I used to be a Del Toro simp for a while. I was back on the Hellboy movie message boards before the movie.
Oh, really?
Launched.
Oh, yeah, man.
He would go on the message boards and he would talk to you, and I talked to him about metal albums, and he would respond to you and shit.
Really? Oh, God, that's good.
I didn't even know what the fuck a Hellboy was back in those times. I just remember seeing the statue, and it was like a Bowen statue of him like punching the ground, and he had one horn like coming out. I was like, that character's cool. I'm gonna learn about him one day. Like as a kid, I seen that, but I never, because he came out at the same time Spawn did, but I never same year. I never.
Right.
And
I think I saw Mignola for the first time. I think he did like a Batman piece. He did something with Batman. I was like, let's get it with shadows and stuff like I'm not. I mean, I am a writer, but like I do know art. I do know like I can look at something like, well, that's not good enough. That's not going to happen. Like I'm constantly trying to upgrade. If I can find something to upgrade constantly and trying to I'm just constantly trying to be better. I want to work with people that are doing great shit. Whatever to make this product better. I'm awful.
Yeah, getting people, a couple people, maybe handful, look at some of your stuff and editors and whatever you can.
Yeah. I have a great editor, man. She's Piper Steed. She's awesome.
Nice. Hell yeah. Looks like these people are down with the new Hellboy movie. I agree. Hellboy is such a cool character. Looking forward to the new one.
I love the first film. I loved it. Like with the
Phantasmagorical.
He's great with characters. That's great. I wish I could have seen he was going to do like a Justice League Dark. I wish I could have seen that.
Oh yeah, that would have been dope. Yeah, like I was into all that, man. I almost met him too. I walked by him at a Comic-Con and I was like, hey, my wife. I was like, I'll meet him later, and I never got to meet him. She's like, go meet him now. I'm like, nah, it's okay. I'll meet him. But it never happened. But yeah, man, the new movie is going to be in the 1950s. It's going to be Hellboy and his partners stuck in the mountains. They're going to have to go after the Crooked Man and a coven of witches. Should be a new director, and it's from the Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance director. So it should be pretty cool. They have many cool characters in the universe, and some are so rare I can't find on the internet. The Marquis is one of the best looking characters I've ever seen. I want them to do the fourth film. Yeah, man. I'm really pumped about the new Hellboy. When the books, again, they're really cool because it's all one story. It ends. Yeah. And that's it. It has an ending, which is dope. I mean, and then he goes to hell, and hell is fucking massive. I haven't even started reading that.
I did hear about that. Like he went to hell. I was like, wait a minute, Hellboy's not in Hellboy anymore. I'm like, well, no, I guess he's dead.
No, he's dead. He's in hell, and hell has like continents. Hell is a whole other like universe, I guess. So I haven't even got into there, but I read
sneak peek in the Mythicals. Like hell is not like hell; it's like a suburb of something else.
Oh snap! damn, that's got me excited, man.
Yeah, it's like what you know is hell is like yeah, it's not it's very the underworld is not just hell.
Something
The
else.
underworld is the underworld, but the hell is just like a suburb.
Yeah, man. I will say too about the last Hellboy movie. I just think it was I don't know, man. It was they put too much stuff in at the they should have rebooted it and just did a reboot. You know what I mean? Like kind of
yeah, because it was like they
did the
assumed you
Crooked Man
knew
story.
who he was coming into it.
And they're like, hey, it's King Arthur's a descendant and he's a king of
Like, what?
England. And yeah. And it's like I don't need to know all that yet. I want to see him like in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. Like do some shit like that. Do these scary like occult like do Wake the Devil. Do like a Chain Coffin and others. Do like Conqueror Worm. Let's see Bruce Campbell play Lobster Johnson. They had him in the credit too, which was dope. Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's like one movie I'm excited for. Like I can't really think of any other thing coming out where I'm like fucking mad pumped about. So we'll see. Yeah, man.
And who's producing this? Is it the same company?
It's the same company, Millennium. They're gonna do one more crack at it. They did the first reboot, and they also did the Expendables movies. Mm-hmm. So they're smart though. They're bringing in Christopher Golden and Mike Mignola, the creator, to write the screenplay. So it's gonna be really fan driven, at that. So, but yeah, man.
I mean, it's been like with the first one was what, like 2004?
Long time ago, dude. I even have some of the toys from the original movie. I have 2 big Hellboys like that, like fucking big. I got one with like broken horns and one with the full horns.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was until about maybe 2 years before the movie came out.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know who he was. I discovered Hellboy through Guillermo del Toro because I saw Blade 2. I was blown away. I still had never seen anything like Blade 2. That movie was still like Blade and Blade 2 are still my favorite Marvel movies and up there with my favorite superhero movies.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about, well, I'm gonna do Hellboy next because I would read reviews. I'm like, what the fuck is Hellboy? And I got into that. He's like, it combines 7 genres. There's romance, there's sci-fi, there's fantasy, there's action, there's horror. I was like, ooh, he's got it. A little bit of, and the pitch was a little bit of Indiana Jones and a little bit of X-Files thrown in. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Sounds dope. A little bit of Kirby. So, that first movie.
Yeah, people keep saying that, like, so this is BPRD-ish. I'm like, yeah, but I never really read it. So, I mean, I guess maybe you could say that, but like, I mean, it's just almost like it's just like a supernatural task force in my mind, but
yeah, no, that's dope,
pretty badass.
And I didn't even know that like occult detective is a genre.
Yeah.
It's a fucking genre. I didn't even know that. Like you got, Constantine.
He's like the magician. Macabre. He's almost like a detective too, but he's got some, he's got an inferiority complex, because he almost feels like the Aquaman of the group.
I love the genre, and like there's, I mean, even the Ninth Gate we're gonna be watching tonight over on the Horror Movie Club. That's one of them. I put him in there. He's not really a detective, but he detects, Yeah. And there was another one with Lou Diamond Phillips I was watching not too long ago.
The Seventh Seal or something like that.
Yeah, it was all right for like that '90s era LA, like end of days. I mean,
after
there's a lot of even Hellboy is part of that genre too. Because he does that shit.
And like God, what was it? Christopher Walken, The Prophecy. Those films are great. Yeah, I love
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Which one was that with Mickey Rourke? We watched it. Angel Heart. That's another one too.
Yeah.
Dope as fuck. Criminal. Was it a cult detective? But
yeah, thanks, man. Cliff. Thank you.
Yeah, he's definitely digging it, man. And Mythicals, dude. That title's fucking dope, dude. You nailed it on that.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
get
like
to do so much cool shit. Like, it's because it's like I'm so much ahead of the game. Like I'm on script 6. And I'm just like in the last one, like issue 5, I get to write, like, as a former military person, like being like almost handcuffed to like Geneva Conventions. Like I get to write a line of like where he does something and they're like his Geneva Conventions, and he's like, pow, pow, pow. Geneva and I got divorced a long time ago.
Oh man.
So
see, that's like, the thing, dude, is you have that part of you, and that goes into the writing, and that's going to make it even more interesting and more entertaining for someone like me.
Like I minored in history in college, so like it's like you mentioned Indiana Jones. Those are like my favorite movies. I watch them at least once a year.
Yeah, they're the shit.
The Last Crusade is just
that's the best one, right?
It's so rare as the third one in the franchise the best,
right?
And we all know the fourth is the worst.
Well, I mean, you got James Bond, and then you got you know, Indiana Jones in there, you know,
And it's
Indiana
just like
Jones' fucking dad.
the interaction with him, and you throw in like the fucking Holy Grail and like all this like deciphering a code in a book. It's so fucking awesome.
That's why I kind of low key like the National Treasure movies with Nicolas Cage.
I love them. There's no low key about it. I didn't like the second one so much. The first one's great.
Not as much, but it dealt with Americana archaeology and like puzzles and tombs and things like that. And I believe there's a lot there, and a lot of it doesn't explore that too much. And there's a lot of fun to be had. Another show that kind of did that a little bit, tiny little bit. First few seasons was Sleepy Hollow, created by the Lynn Wiseman of Underworld.
Yeah,
and that show was okay, and it had Ichabod Crane come back and had his horsemen, but they dealt with Americana folklore and archaeology.
I think I watched like the first couple. Yeah, I think I watched the first couple of episodes. It was almost like Grimm. Like,
a little bit.
In that vein. Yeah. I almost like blank on that. It's like, what are you talking about? I remember that.
Right? That cryptids and stuff.
Yeah,
dude. But yeah, man. I guess we can wrap it up right now. We're gonna be talking the Ninth Gate. Is there anything else that you'd like to say about the Mythicals?
We'll jump on board now because this is the first piece in the puzzle, and like once you get a couple issues in, you're gonna get back and be like, well, what happened there? Like, what? Well, you're gonna have to find out. Like the seeds have been planted, and like the veil has been pierced, and it's time to go.
Oh shit! You hear that, everybody? So go out there and back the Mythicals. All right,
it's only $13.
Only $13. You could get gateway right into the world. You can check it out, and you're not going to be disappointed.
And the PDF's only $8.
I promise you. So check it out. Where can people find you at, Hojo?
I'm on Twitter. You can just type in Hojo or HW Desper on Twitter. I mean, it's kind of hard. The Mythicals, it's not hard to find me.
Right. Cool. Well, thanks again for coming, man. I can't wait to have you on again for the second book. We could by that point we could talk a little bit more about it. A little bit more, not too much.
Oh yeah, because I got 3 more characters introduced in that one. That's great.
See, there you go. So there'll be that and some more fun to be had. And thanks for coming on again, man. I always thanks for the chat. Thanks for everybody that popped on. Apex, peace, brother. Cliff, everyone here. Odin, Fanta, Phantasmagorical, all you guys, man. Cliff, and everybody, thanks for watching. If you guys want to go over to Brian Kreisgau's channel and check us out.
We have a good chat there.
Yeah, we have a nice roundtable on Horror Movie Club. And always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. See you guys later. Bye-bye.